Hello, hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. In the last episode, Merrill left the Dalish and moved to Kirkwall. Amelia isn't exactly happy about having a blood mage living so close to her house, but, you know, sometimes you just have to grin and bear things. Now then, there actually was a Templar hanging about the alienage. You know, maybe he's looking for blood mages. Wouldn't that be handy? Yes, hello there.
Please, Sir Thrask. He won't go to the Circle willingly, but it's the only place.
Madam, we'll do our best to find your son, but I cannot guarantee his safety if he continues to resist Templar jurisdiction.
He's just a boy.
He's an apostate.
I
am sorry for your loss, mistress, but I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but...
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
I'm guessing that Templar wasn't here to offer your son his good wishes.
I am Arianni. My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle. But his connection to the Fade, it gives him nightmares. Dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Did your son run away?
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He felt I betrayed his trust. He thinks he can live free of the Circle, but I am afraid without proper training, he'll kill himself.
Oh, he absolutely will kill himself. You did exactly the right thing here, madam.
What kind of dreams is he having?
He dreams of demons, calling to him, pulling him into their world. Every day, it grows harder to wake him. That is why I turned to the Circle. They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own powers.
They are. They absolutely are. Amelia is nodding in agreement ferociously.
Those look like Dalish tattoos. Why do you live in the city?
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time and dallied with a human merchant, Vincento. When I found I was with child, neither Vincento nor my tribe wished the burden of an elf-blooded human infant. I raised Fainriel myself, here in the alienage.
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent, but we could not bear the thought of him locked in the gallows. So we hid. When the nightmares began, Fainriel still refused to contact the Circle. But I truly think they are the only people who might save his life.
They are. They absolutely are. Ooh. I'm inclined to go with this one. This lady is saying all of the right things. You know, I want to send my son to the Circle. I made a mistake by not sending him there, and I've realized the error of my ways, and, you know, I want to send him there. Like, this is a young boy who's just... He's just being a bit rebellious. Like, we can get through to him. We can persuade him to go to the Circle.
I promise. You will see your son again.
Then you have given me the greatest blessing of maker or man. I don't know where Fainriel is gone, but there are 2 places you might start your search. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And Fainriel's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fainriel might have sought him out.
Tell me about this Templar.
I believe he's a good man. He doesn't hate mages, but sees what it took me too long to realize. Even the best-intentioned mages are at the mercy of their sleeping minds. there are other Templars who are much less sympathetic.
You and Fainriel's father are not married?
Vincento had no desire for a wife or an elf-blooded child. I haven't seen him since the day I told him. I have written, though, to keep him informed about his child. Fainriel wanted to meet him.
Yeah, we will get to this right away. This boy, he doesn't understand that he's better off in the circle. He's too preoccupied with the idea of his freedoms. Freedoms are all well and good until you're an abomination, then you really don't have much say in the matter.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
My husband Wesley was a Templar. They're not all fanatics to be feared.
Thank you. It has been a lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly.
Greetings. You kept my brother
Okay, madam. We don't want to cause this lady any more distress than is necessary. I could have swore I tagged this. Yeah, because I remember talking about how this was kind of bigoted, almost. The idea that, oh, the elves, they're saying they're okay with the impression because they're not moving away, therefore it's alright, yeah. Yeah, I already read that. Now then, very quickly. Any chests, any crates? Oh, hello. Alienage culture. There have always been alienages. They have been around for as long as elves and shems have lived in the same lands. Ours isn't even the worst. They say that Val Royeaux has 10,000 elves living in a space no bigger than Denerim's market. Their walls are supposedly so high that daylight doesn't reach the Venedal until midday. But don't be so anxious to start tearing down the walls and picking fights with the guards. They keep out more than they keep in. We don't have to live here, you know. Sometimes a family gets a good break and they buy a house in the docks or the outskirts of town. If they're lucky, they come back to the alienage after the looters have burned their house down. The unlucky ones just go to the pauper's field. Here, we're among family. We look out for each other. Here, we do what we can to remember the old ways. The flat-ears who have gone out there, they're stuck. They'll never be human, and they've gone and thrown away being elven too. So where does that leave them? Nowhere. Sarethia, Haren of the High Ever Alienage. I said this when I played through the City Elf origin. The Dalish look down at the City Elves for being flat-ears. The City Elves look down on the elves who don't live in the alienage as flat-ears. Can't y'all just acknowledge, hey, we are a group of people that face discrimination from all angles. Maybe we shouldn't be discriminating against ourselves. Oh, the elves continue to be problematic. Now then, I will get to... Oh,
I understand you're named after a famous knight.
Everyone always brings up the name.
I've not heard of Sir Aveline. Is she very famous?
Really? They don't tell of her glorious downfall into Winter?
Not to slaves.
Pardon me for saying so, but thank the Maker for that.
I am going to assume that my game is all right. Please be all right. Now then, what I was saying is that I will get to Wayward Son quickly. However, I have a lot of things in my personal inventory. A lot of accessories that are companion specific. So I'm going to handle that now. Hello. Hello, puppy.
Nice hound, sister. More agreeable than most of your company. A few hundred of you, and we'd have taken Lothering. Or had a good shot. That's a good dog.
He is. He's such a good baba. Yes. Uncle?
Your mother's busy writing to the Viscount. If you want more touching family stories, go to her.
Okay, okay. No need to get pissy.
I'm with you, sister. For now.
I've had word from Lothering. They are rebuilding. I don't know if I could ever return to the site of such horrors.
If I may be blunt, I think Leandra doesn't want to return because... How do I put this? It's like what Carver said. Leandra wasn't interested in reclaiming the Amel name until everything she had was lost. And then suddenly it's all like, oh, I was an Amel. I should have what's rightfully mine. You didn't care about what was rightfully yours 2 weeks ago, but now suddenly you're all over it? I think she just wants. That's the best way I could put it with Leandra. She wants. And she's gonna get it, I guess. Fenris, Isabella. We don't have Sebastian yet. And we won't get him until Act 2. I'm just gonna focus on these ones for now. Anders. And okie doke. And whilst I'm here, I might as well. Oh, we can wear that. And that. Okie doke. Good stuff. You know, I might actually cut around this again because it is just going to be faffing. Let's trigger some banter first. So we want Anders, Meryl, Isabella, and Fenris eventually. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a bit of cutting here. But first...
So, when you first did blood magic, it was just an accident, right? You cut yourself and realized the power. You didn't actually deal with a demon.
Oh no, I did.
Why would you do that?
I needed his help. He was really very nice about it.
Of course he was. He's using you to get a foothold in a mortal brain.
He's a spirit. He offered me his aid. I hardly think you're one to criticize.
Amelia is just... She's just like, what? Meryl, what? At the same time, it's like, you are an abomination, Anders. You can't exactly slag her off without slagging yourself off. Let's get these levels done. Buddy, you want 2 magic, 1 willpower. And you can take this. Whoa, my god, Meryl. Okay. Let's go entropy. Entropy is always good. And there we go. And you can have 2 cunning. Actually, let's go all into cunning for this one. And grab that. There we go. Okay, so I am going to be cutting from here. Hope you enjoy the banter. Be right back with you.
So you freed a group of slaves?
Would-be slaves. They weren't slaves yet.
Still, you did the right thing. Many would turn a blind eye.
Don't read too much into it, all right? It just seemed a good idea at the time.
Thank you very much for the help earlier, Varric.
You made it back to the alienage in one piece, then?
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawk.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.
What?
Just wondering if the feathered pauldrons are an essential part of the moody rebel mage persona.
What are you talking about?
I'm working on an epic poem about a hopelessly romantic apostate. waging an epic struggle against forces he can't possibly defeat.
What do you mean, can't possibly defeat?
Well, it's not a good story unless the hero dies. Is brooding a sport in Tevinter? Do they hold competitions? Hand out trophies for the best scowls?
I'm not brooding.
Moping, then. You seem like you're a champion at it.
I'm perfectly content at the moment.
Oh, so that's you smiling. Glad you clarified that. I'd never have known.
And I am back, and my inventory is looking a lot clearer. I sorted everything out. All of my companions now have a full set of accessories. The characters who had their starting equipment, I gave them something shiny and new. And as you can see, we have reached 50 sovereigns. Now, there are some quests that are mandatory in order to progress to Act 2. I wouldn't skip anything. Obviously, I'm too much of a completionist. However, if I were trying to speed run Dragon Age 2, I do have all of the necessary components. I have the Grey Warden map, and I have the money for Bartrand. Now then, yes, we were doing Wayward Son. However, before I get started on that, I actually haven't checked any of the merchants in Lowtown. I was waiting until I had all of my companions. So I am very quickly going to get to that. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. Excuse me? Hello? I would like to buy stuff. Thank you. Because yes, under padding, guardsman pattern increases Aveline's attack. I just want to go through and see if any of them have any special items, any backpack upgrades, any armor upgrades for the companions. That's really all I want to do. Now, I don't believe, there aren't any merchants in the alienage. So yeah, we've just got to check these four.
Are the peacekeepers,
up here.
The champions of the just.
Indeed they are, madam. Indeed they are. Oh, I feel really badly for that guy. I don't believe you have anything. You do not. Madam. You have a rune of fire warding, but I don't exactly need that. We can check in with, Lorene. I always think her name is Irene.
Is there any flour? We've been out for a week. The children are eating sawdust.
Oh, dear. Dear. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, I'm so sorry.
30 farms for work. Not one is
Can we...
hiring for Reldans.
Oh, we can't. I was gonna say, now that we've reached 50 sovereigns, I'd happily give the full amount. Oh, that's just sad. You know, I could have sworn there was an upgrade for Anders there. Maybe I'm misremembering. And anything here? We have a backpack, thank you, and inscribed leather harness, extra rune slot for Varric. Lovely jubbly. And Vincento, before I get to you, do you have anything? No, you do not. Okie doke.
Greetings, my lady. You look like a woman who'd appreciate the finest rubies from Antiva raising her lovely neck. I bring only the best northern merchandise to the free marches.
Yeah, we're not here to shop, buddy.
Actually, I'm more interested in your son.
My lady, I'm a bachelor. I've never met a woman of sufficient beauty and charm to tie Vincento down.
That's the best you can do with a guard staring you in the face.
Let us not ruin the day with such weighty thoughts. Perhaps I could sew you my silks.
Ooh. I know you're scared for him. So what this does basically, Hawk steps forward and shows off some magical talent. You know, just makes, like, fire appear from their hands, whatever. It is very convenient, but I can't see Amelia doing that. That, considering how scared she is of her own magic, I don't see her, you know, doing little tricks. It just doesn't fit her.
Perhaps you could stop jerking me around and tell me where your son is.
The boy is a mage of elven blood. Do you wonder I fear for him?
So we didn't get anything out of Vincento. Sad times. However...
I do not like your name.
My name is a wish my father made, and I did want to be a knight, but...
I see. Still, it's a good name. A strong name.
What were you named after?
I don't know my real name. My master called me Fenris, his little wolf.
Could you not call yourself something different now?
Couldn't you?
A fine point.
I love the banter between these two. Okay, let's head to the gallows. Wait a minute. Let's not head to the gallows, not without bringing Anders at least. Oh, where do I want to go? Let's stay where we are. Where's the nearest companion spot? That would be the Hanged Man. I forgot there is banter between Fenris and Anders the first time you bring them both to the gallows. I'm not missing out on that. Let's see. Varric, you can leave the party for right now. Varric, you can come along. And whilst I'm here, more banter, please.
You ever going to stop harping on the mages here?
No.
They aren't what you saw in Tevinter.
The moment they are free, mages will make themselves magisters.
They're slaves. You should want to help them.
I don't.
Amelia, once again, like, Fenris, buddy, we are in such agreement. High five. Let's do a little jig. Don't look at me that way, Anders. Okay, to the gallows.
I've heard about the Circle of Magi outside of the Imperium, but I've never been in one. Are you certain it's wise for you to be here?
We'll be careful. I'll blend in, not if you don't stay quiet. Ooh. I actually don't know what to go with it. Not this one. Not that. That doesn't fit for right now. Amelia jokes because she's scared. I don't think she feels scared in the circle. Because here's the thing, if the Templars catch her, she's getting what she wants. They'd make her join the circle. And that is exactly what she wants. So I don't think she's scared.
Maybe not, but we'll be cautious.
This seems more like a prison. I wonder if it's more effective than the circle I know.
How is the Imperial Circle of Magi different?
Once upon a time, it was as it is here. The Chantry watched the Magisters closely for any signs of corruption or weakness. Then it changed. The Magisters were permitted to watch over their own, and Templars kept only to enforce the law. What happened next was inevitable. The Magisters rule again, as powerful as they ever were.
You said the Chantry used to watch the Magisters. Why did they stop?
You must remember that the attitude towards magic is different in Tevinter. Magisters came from wealthy families, bloodlines that had nurtured magical talent for countless generations. The Chantry was not trying to control poor peasants, but the scions of the greatest houses in the Imperium.
I thought the Magisters had been thrown down by the Chantry.
On the contrary, Andraste never defeated the Imperium. A great army conquered the south, but not the north. The Magisters eventually surrendered to the Chantry, but they did so on their terms. They kept their influence. Thus, they reclaimed what they lost over the centuries. Some battles are lost by inches.
I can't ask this. In good conscience, I can't have Amelia say this, because she wholeheartedly believes that Magisters are evil, evil people. They're all doing blood magic. They're all owning slaves and sacrificing them. So I can't. It does not make sense for her to be like, oh, are all Magisters bad? Because she's like, yes, they are. Paint them all with the same brush. They're evil people. Let's go murder them.
You're saying the same thing could happen here?
If the mages were permitted to be their own watchers, of course. It is too easy for a mage to resort to blood magic if they feel the need is great enough.
As easy as it is to resort to a sword. You were created as a living weapon. Should you not be trusted with your freedom?
My powers are not controlled by a demon. A mage can desire power, justice, revenge, protection. Any cause will do, and then they are lost.
Not all mages do that, so this is the answer. Then they should be punished. Yeah, they absolutely should be punished.
The ones that are lost should be dealt with.
That is the question, isn't it? Who should deal with them? All I am saying is the Imperium offers no answer. All that Andraste did long ago to end the tyranny of magic has been undone.
She ended the tyranny of magic and replaced it with an entirely new one.
Considering all that magic has done to my homeland and my race, I weep for your predicament. Power corrupts, as they say, and mages have power enough already.
You are preaching to the choir, buddy. Amelia is just like, hallelujah, speak the truth, Fenris. Yeah, have I asked this? I can't... Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
You said the Chantry used to watch
Oh, yeah, I did.
Why did they stop?
I did.
You must remember that the attitude... The Chantry was not trying to control poor peasants, but the scions of the greatest houses in the Imperium.
Get the circle is absolutely necessary. He said it best. Power corrupts. And absolute power corrupts absolutely, and mages are just much too susceptible to that.
What the circle does here is better than the alternative.
An alternative I am very familiar with.
Alternatives are so wonderful for those who have choices.
Freedom is a noble ideal, but I see no oppression here. I see fear and danger. But enough. I'm sure we came here for a reason.
Yes! Give me that rivalry, Anders. We're gonna have so much of it by the end of this train wreck. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. Also, I would just like it noted, because Jesse Green brought this up in the comments. Have you ever heard of the term pot calling the kettle black? When Amelia says power corrupts, you know, and what was it? Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, and mages have too much of that. She's not distancing herself from that. Amelia is like, no, I am included in that. I should not be trusted. You should not trust me at all. You should have nothing to do with me. I am dangerous to you, to myself, to everyone. It's not that Amelia is saying, oh, the mages are terrible, terrible people, but I'm fine. She's saying we're all terrible, terrible people. Like, she is including herself in that list. She's not holding herself as greater than the mages. She is petrified of herself, of what she could do, of the mages and what they could do. Just to clarify that. Now then, I believe, yes, this is a shop.
My best friend just...
Let's...
It's harrowing. They killed him on the spot.
Well then, he shouldn't have failed, should he? Tough shit. Suck it up, Buttercup. I feel awful. I feel so bad saying that, but that's what Amelia thinks. Oh, if if he failed his harrowing, then he wasn't strong enough. And we can't have weak mages running around. I'm very sorry about that, but, you know, tough shit. Now then, we have stuff over here. Hello? Ah, Record Keeper 10.
I think I found something of yours.
Don't wave that around. I mean, thank you for this perfectly normal item.
It's only a map, buddy. It's not... Is it a map? If you fold it and...
the history of the gallows. It does not trouble.
Okay. What I was going to say, if you fold the map and look at it from a certain angle, does it look like boobs? Is that what it was? I'll bet it was that.
Ah, welcome, my dear friend, to Sol's shop. My name is Solicitus. Please, take a look around. My apologies in advance. Our shelves are a bit bare at the moment. Actually, if you're interested, I could use a bit of help to remedy that.
Remedy that. Potions shop. You, my good man, are priceless.
The pun wasn't intentional, although I may use that next time. It's been too dangerous to leave the city of late, and the substances I require for my creations are, of course, elsewhere. Perhaps you could find them. You'll be compensated for your time, have no fear. I'll also give you first pick of my new creations.
Sure thing. We are absolutely willing to help out the economy of the circle.
Make up a list of what you need, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
Perfect. A discount on everything in the shop, Syrah.
And we also get a very nice discount, and I appreciate that. Do you actually have a shop? Do you? There we go. And anything? Oh, I'll have that. Lovely. And you? Thank you. Lovely jubbly. Alrighty now. Thrask, was it? Yes. You know what? I only have a minute left on my recording, so let's do some codex entries. Creatures is all good. Items. Longbow of the Avars. We investigated the area as per your instruction. It seems Warden Fiona, that's... If you don't know, that's Alistair's mother. You know Alistair from Dragon Age Origins? That Alistair? Yeah. His mother was a Grey Warden. Not for very long, but she was a Grey Warden. It seems Warden Fiona is correct. It was once a dwarven fortress that one of our scouts called Kulbaras. Regardless, it has fallen to ruin and the taint now. Despite Fiona's description, there were no Darkspawn to be found. If they were ever present, they have since moved on. Which, if you ask me, seems highly unlikely. Her tales of this Darkspawn who speaks must be a product of a fevered imagination. My time is about to go off, there we go. There are no signs of a library in the fortress, nor any indication that the Grey Wardens or King Marek were there at all. One of my men did, however, find something in a section of the Deep Roads not far away. A longbow of Avar origin, amid Darkspawn corpses. The age being hard to judge, considering how the creatures deteriorate. I suspect the bow belonged to Kel Ap Morgan, the warden who sacrificed himself to facilitate Fiona's escape. If so, he put up an impressive fight. We found no evidence of his body, sadly. I shall send the bow to you in Weishaupt. From a letter found on the body of a courier killed by bandits in the Anderfels in 920 Dragon. This again references one of the books. I can't remember the name off of the top of my head. It will be in the bottom corner here. But yeah, the Darkspawn who speaks, that refers to the architect. Bard's Honour. A curious thing, Perrin. I found the axe among Kaelin's belongings, wrapped in damask cloth, and initially I thought it might be another gift from that Orlesian harlot. It was a pretty enough thing, and the markings on the blade certainly seemed imperial. I even went so far as to confront Kaelin with it, and you know what he said? The axe was of personal importance to his father. So why wasn't it buried with his ashes, I asked. Because my mother wouldn't have approved. I wondered if he was lying, but Kaelin's terrible at it. I did some digging, and are you aware there was an elven woman seen in Marik's company shortly before the Battle of Riverdane? There was a rumour, I understand, that they were lovers and that she was a bard. Was Marik being blackmailed? I wonder if this has anything to do with that mysterious bequeathment to those elven families in Orlais. Of course, I had Kaelin dispose of the axe immediately. From a letter written by Queen Honora of Ferelden, a 927 dragon. Again, this is more reference to the stolen throne. Basically, Marik had an elven lover. She was an Orlesian bard. And by bard, I mean like Liliana, not like a singer. I believe she was there to kill Marik. Something happened. I have in my head that Marik ended up having to kill this lady. She died, at least. I know that. Okay, let's see. What else? Lore. The City Elves. When the wholly exalted march of the Dales resulted in the dissolution of the Elven Kingdom, leaving a great many elves homeless once again, the divine Renata I declared that all lands loyal to the Chantry must give the elves refuge within their own walls. Considering the atrocities committed by the elves at Red Crossing, this was a great testament to the Chantry's charity. There was one condition, however. The elves were to lay aside their pagan gods and live under the rule of the Chantry. Some of the elves refused our goodwill. They banded together to form the Wandering Dalish Elves, keeping their old elven ways and their hatred of humans alive. To this day, Dalish elves still terrorize those of us who stray too close to their camps. Most of the elves, however, saw that it was wisest to live under the protection of humans. And so we took the elves into our cities and tried to integrate them. We invited them into our own homes and gave them jobs as servants and farmhands. Here, in Denerim, the elves even have their own quarter, governed by an elven keeper. Most have proven to be productive members of society. Still, a small segment of the elven community remains dissatisfied. These troublemakers and malcontents roam the streets causing mayhem, rebelling against authority and making a general nuisance of themselves. From Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. Alienage Culture, we've read that. Tevinter, the Magisters. Before it became the Imperium, Tevinter was ruled by a dynasty of kings. And long before the Chantry, there was a circle of magi, the society of mages in each city. The titles our modern circles use, Enchanter, Senior Enchanter, First Enchanter, all originated here. But above the First Enchanter, the circles of Tevinter had another office, Magister. The Magisters formed a council of the most powerful mages in the kingdom. They convened in Minrathous and held dominion over all magic in the land. When Darinius seized the throne in 1195 Ancient, the court of the Magisters became the royal court, and Magister was the only title of nobility recognized in Tevinter. The Imperium today is a magocracy. Political power is solely in the hands of the Magisters, who come only from the ranks of the Circle. Every young mage aspires to be a Magister's apprentice, because it's the best chance of ascending to the rank of Magister themselves. From Black City, Black Divine, a study of the Tevinter Imperium by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. Okay, that's that. Characters, that's all good. Alrighty then.
The new Knight Commander's no different than any other Templar.
Okay, madam, that's good to hear. Now then, I am out of time for this episode. In the next one, we will have a little chat with Thrask, but until then, Please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.